What if a simple family tree led you to discover your biological father and your Aboriginal heritage? That's exactly what happened to Clayton. This is his story and a guide to the tools that made it possible. Having a robust public tree on Ancestry leads to many unexpected connections. This is a story as featured in Ancestor, the magazine of the Genealogical Society of Victoria, in 2022, shared by GSV member Gary Buck. Names in this story have been changed to protect living individuals. It all started when Gary received an email from Clayton. Both descended from the same 19th century Western Australian convict, Henry Feast. Clayton was in his 20s and curious about his family. He had a question. Did he have Aboriginal ancestry? There was a family story that one of his grandparents might have been Aboriginal, and he felt a deep connection to country. But there was another mystery too. Clayton's parents had separated early, and he had little contact with his father growing up. Clayton decided to take a DNA test through Ancestry. The results were surprising. There was no genetic connection between Clayton and the man he'd been told was his father. Therefore, there was no DNA connection between Gary or that convict ancestor. Rather than panic, Gary gave Clayton simple advice. This doesn't mean the story is wrong. It just means there's a broken link somewhere, and that link could be found. With Clayton's mother unwilling to discuss the matter, they had to rely entirely on DNA evidence and research tools. Clayton respected his mother's privacy, and the investigation continued another way. This is where the real detective work began, and where you can learn from Clayton's story. Gary used a combination of tools to piece the puzzle together. Ancestry DNA matches were grouped into clusters. An Italian cluster, an Aboriginal cluster, and an other cluster. Each one pointed to a different branch of Clayton's unknown family. And as a GSV member, you can access Ancestry for free in our library, making it easier than ever to start your own DNA journey. Trove, the National Library's free newspaper archive, helped confirm names, dates, and locations across regional Western Australia. And specialist DNA analysis tools helped calculate the probability of different family connections, narrowing down the possibilities until the answer became clear. These are exactly the kinds of techniques the Genealogical Society of Victoria can help you learn. The Ancestor Journal publishes research like this, and GSV Resources, including education programs and special interest groups, can help you discover these same techniques for yourself. Now back to the story. The breakthrough. Remember those two mysteries? Clayton's unknown father and his possible Aboriginal ancestry. Gary was working on both simultaneously. Working through the Italian cluster first, Gary identified a family of Sicilian heritage who had migrated to Australia after World War II. A possible half-sibling was found and agreed to be tested, and the DNA confirmed it. Clayton had found his biological father, but the second mystery remained. Did Clayton truly have Aboriginal ancestry? His DNA showed around 7% Aboriginal ethnicity, and by tracing back through the generations on his paternal side, the very side where his biological father had just been found, the connection was confirmed. The family story was true. Clayton had Aboriginal heritage, and now for the first time he knew exactly where it came from. What started as a friendly email about a shared convict ancestor became one of the most meaningful genealogy journeys imaginable. A biological father found, and an Aboriginal heritage confirmed. The tools Gary used are available to everyone, but perhaps the most valuable resource of all is the GSV, for education, community and guidance every step of the way. And if you want to read Gary's full story, you'll find it in the December 2022 edition of our journal Ancestor. Your family story is out there. Sometimes you just need the right tools. And the Genealogical Society of Victoria is here to help you find them. We hope you've enjoyed hearing about Clayton's discovery. If you have a research story of your own to share, we'd love to hear from you. Get in touch today. And perhaps your story could be the next one to come to life here at GSV Family History.